Have you ever wondered about polycystic ovary syndrome, also known as PCOS, and how it affects millions of women worldwide? This is a question that many have asked, and today, we're diving into the heart of this matter. Polycystic ovary syndrome is a health issue that touches a significant number of women around the globe. It's a disorder that is often under the radar, yet its impact is undeniable. PCOS is considered one of the most frequent causes of infertility of endocrine origin. It's a condition that can throw a wrench in the dreams of starting a family, making it a matter of importance for many. But the impact of PCOS goes beyond fertility issues. This disorder also increases the risk of various perinatal pathologies such as gestational diabetes, fetal macrosomia, preeclampsia, and miscarriage. It's not just about the ability to conceive, but also about the journey of pregnancy and the health of the unborn child. But the reach of PCOS extends even further. This disorder affects various organs and systems, increasing the likelihood of developing cardiovascular diseases, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. This makes PCOS not just a women's health issue, but a broader health concern that can touch various aspects of a person's well-being. Characteristic of PCOS is hyperandrogenism, which contributes to abdominal obesity and the development of insulin resistance. This, in turn, stimulates the compensatory release of excessive amounts of insulin and the formation of hyperinsulinemia. Hyperinsulinemia stimulates the production of androgens in the adrenal cortex and ovaries, thus creating a vicious cycle. It's clear that PCOS is a multifaceted disorder with far-reaching impacts. Understanding PCOS is crucial as it affects various organs and systems, increasing the likelihood of developing cardiovascular diseases, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. As we delve deeper into this topic, we hope to shed light on the complexities of PCOS and how it affects those living with it. So, what exactly is polycystic ovary syndrome? Well, PCOS is a common endocrine disorder that often leads to infertility. It's a complex condition that disrupts the function of various organs and systems, significantly increasing the risk of heart diseases, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer such as breast and endometrial cancer. At the core of PCOS is hyperandrogenism, a condition characterized by an excess of male hormones in the female body. This elevated level of androgens contributes to abdominal obesity and the development of insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a condition where the body's cells don't respond well to insulin, a hormone that controls blood sugar levels. The body in response produces more insulin, leading to a condition known as hyperinsulinemia. This surge in insulin production further stimulates androgen production, creating a vicious cycle. Interestingly, this severe insulin resistance and compensatory hyperinsulinemia can occur not just in overweight individuals, but also in women with normal body weight. This indicates that insulin resistance in PCOS is not always linked to body weight, making it all the more difficult to manage. Now here's the kicker: despite the significant strides in medical science, there's still no cure for PCOS. The treatment for PCOS is symptomatic, focusing on three main areas: restoring the menstrual cycle, correcting insulin resistance, and managing hyperandrogenism. In addition to medication, lifestyle changes such as proper diet, regular physical activity, and intake of vitamins and mineral complexes are recommended. So that's the lowdown on PCOS. It's a complex disorder with a cycle of hormonal imbalances that can have significant impacts on a woman's health. But remember, while there's no cure yet, there are ways to manage the symptoms and live a healthy life. Unfortunately, there is no specific treatment for PCOS. However, there are ways to manage its symptoms. The treatment of PCOS can be broken down into three primary directions. The first direction focuses on restoring the menstrual cycle. This is crucial as regular menstruation helps maintain hormonal balance and prevents complications such as endometrial hyperplasia. When trying to conceive, ovulation stimulation might also be necessary. The second direction revolves around correcting insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a common problem in PCOS and can lead to various complications, including type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. This resistance can occur even in women with a normal body weight, indicating that insulin resistance in PCOS is not always related to body mass. The third primary direction is correcting hyperandrogenism. Hyperandrogenism, or high levels of male hormones, is a characteristic of PCOS and contributes to symptoms like acne, hirsutism, and male pattern balding. In addition to these primary directions, it is also recommended to make lifestyle changes. Dietary correction, for instance, can help manage weight and improve insulin resistance. Reasonable physical activity, on the other hand, can help regulate menstrual cycles and lower blood sugar levels. The intake of vitamin-mineral complexes is also beneficial. These complexes can help address nutritional deficiencies and support overall health. However, it's important to remember that treatment is individualized. What works for one person might not work for another. It's crucial to work with healthcare professionals who can guide you through the process and help you find the treatment approach that works best for you. While these treatments can help manage the symptoms of PCOS, they do not address the underlying cause of the condition. This is why researchers continue to search for drugs for pathogenetic therapy of PCOS. This form of therapy targets the root cause of the disease, promising a more effective and long-term solution. While symptomatic therapy is currently the mainstay, researchers continue to search for drugs for pathogenetic therapy of PCOS. One promising direction in the therapy of PCOS symptoms is the intake of myoinositol. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is myoinositol? It's one of the 9 stereoisomers of the 6-atom alcohol, inositol. It's the primary form of inositol present in living cells. Myoinositol is a micronutrient, vital for the body's functions. It's synthesized from glucose primarily by the cells of the kidneys, brain, sex glands, and liver. We also get a portion of this micronutrient from our diet, mainly from plant-based foods like beans, grains, nuts, citrus fruits, and melons. However, the myoinositol in plant foods is mostly in the form of phytic acid, which reduces its bioavailability by half. The main role of myoinositol in the human body is to transmit signals within the cell and ensure the normal functioning of several cellular receptors. These include receptors to sex hormones, including the follicle-stimulating hormone, insulin, and growth factors. Therefore, inositol-dependent proteins are directly involved in the functioning of the cardiovascular, immune, central nervous, and endocrine systems. Myoinositol also works in synergy with several biologically active substances like vitamins B5 and PP, calcium, magnesium, and folic acid. In men, myoinositol affects the mobility and functioning of spermatozoa. But how does it help with PCOS? Well, it's successfully used in preparing and managing pregnancy in patients with PCOS, and for the prevention of this syndrome. You see, PCOS disrupts the normal functioning of various organs and systems, significantly increasing the likelihood of developing heart diseases, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. By helping to correct insulin resistance, a common symptom of PCOS, and by managing hyperandrogenism, myoinositol can help break the vicious cycle of these conditions. Myoinositol, thus, serves as a beacon of hope in the treatment and management of PCOS. So, if you or someone you know is grappling with PCOS, remember that there's always hope, and myoinositol could be part of the solution. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned about polycystic ovary syndrome. Polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, is a common endocrine disorder and a frequent cause of infertility. The condition is characterized by hormonal imbalances, particularly an excess of androgens, or male hormones, which can lead to a range of health complications, from menstrual irregularities to metabolic syndrome, and even certain types of cancer. PCOS also significantly increases the risk of various perinatal complications, such as gestational diabetes, fetal macrosomia, preeclampsia, and miscarriage. It's important to remember that these risks are not solely tied to body mass. As insulin resistance, a common manifestation of PCOS, can occur in individuals with a normal weight as well. As it stands, there is no cure for PCOS, but there are several treatment approaches that aim to manage the symptoms. These include restoring the menstrual cycle, correcting insulin resistance, and reducing hyperandrogenism. Alongside medication, patients are often advised to adopt a balanced diet, reasonable physical activity, and take vitamin and mineral supplements. One promising avenue in the treatment of PCOS symptoms is the intake of myoinositol. This micronutrient plays a key role in cell signal transmission and the normal functioning of various cellular receptors, including those for sex hormones, insulin, and growth factors. Myoinositol is also a synergist of several biologically active substances such as vitamins B5 and PP, calcium, magnesium, and folic acid. In men, it influences the mobility and functioning of sperm. In conclusion, PCOS is a complex condition with a wide range of symptoms and effects. Current treatments focus on managing these symptoms and improving the quality of life for those affected. The potential of myoinositol in PCOS treatment offers a glimmer of hope for those battling this condition. As research progresses, we can remain hopeful for more effective treatments for PCOS in the future.